to be on a Monday night. I look forward to it all week, and it's so good to see all your smiley faces. We have some fun announcements to go over tonight, so I'm going to just go ahead and start to share my screen. Okay, you might have seen some announcements come through on social media. We have something really exciting coming from corporate. There is going to be a very special Zoom on February 11th. So right now, we just want you to take a note, put it in your calendar. We'll have some more details coming soon about the time, the link, but this is going to be one that you do not want to miss. We are going to be making some really just amazing announcements, some vision for the future. So save the date for February 11th. And I wanted to also just remind all of our Canadian friends that are on the call, I'm so excited because the Canada Connection call starts this week. It's every Wednesday evening. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time or 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This week, Martine is hosting, and she is kicking it off with a bang because she is going to have John Wadsworth and Cameron Bott both. So that is such a treat. So you'll want to make sure that you tune in. And then, of course, every Wednesday from this point forward at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I wanted to also remind everybody, if you haven't checked it out already, the loyalty for this month is the Nutrify Kids Chewable Vitamins, 20% off. And of course, you can take advantage of that through the end of January. So January 31st. Okay, our Slenderize Challenge has kicked off. If you haven't already, we would love for you to be a part of our Healthier You Facebook group. All you need to do is, and maybe I'll have Alondra drop the link in the chat if she can, but if you just go to Facebook and type in Healthier You, this is a private group, so you'll just have to send us an invitation that you'd like to be, or a little note that you'd like to be invited. We'll accept your invitation, and then you can partake in tips, tricks, all things to do with the 2023 Slenderize Challenge. This week, we're going to be doing giveaways every week, but this week the giveaway is for a bottle of Slenderize and a bottle of Accelerate. And the question of the week is, tell us your why. So why did you decide to take part of this challenge? Maybe what is your goal, but what's your why for being a part of this? And you can drop that answer on the Healthier You Facebook group page. Once again, we'll drop that link in the chat, and then we will randomly select a winner, and we will announce the winner next Monday. So every week until the end of the challenge, we'll be doing a fun question or something fun and interactive for you guys to participate in to win prizes. And speaking of the Slenderize Challenge, we have Barbara Cox Lovesley. She is our new product director, and we are so excited because she is an award-winning nutritionist. She has written so many books on health, fitness, recipes. She is going to be a part of our Shop Live on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, January 11th at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. She's going to be giving us some tips for sticking to those New Year's health resolution goals. And we'll also be talking about some of the products that we are using to help us with tools to help us achieve those goals, such as Slenderize, the Pure Nourish shakes. She's going to give us some ideas and ways that you can use the Pure Nourish, Power Boost, Beauty Boost for things beyond just shakes. So this one will be a really good one to share with friends and family. And remember, with our Shop Lives, if you simply go to the website, make sure that you're logged in, go to any one of the menus on the drop-down bar, select Shop Live. It will give you a list of upcoming shows as well as past shows. So when you copy that link, it is a unique link that is unique to you. So anyone that you share that specific link with, if they decide to purchase, all of those sales will be attributed to you. So it's a really quick and easy way to share and earn a little bit of extra cash while you share the things you love. So that will be live this Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you'd like to get a sneak peek of our entire lineup of our shop lives for January, take a look. As I mentioned, we have Slender Eyes with Barbara this Wednesday. On the 18th, we have Rapid Fuel. This is a phenomenal product for fitness, for workouts, for runners. And we have special guest Kristine White on with us. She's a professional trainer. She's going to be giving us 5 tips to kind of crank up your workout and also talk about how Rapid Fuel can be a great tool to assist your workout and your hydration. Rapid Fuel is a really unique product because you can use it for a pre-workout, a during workout, and a post-workout. And we'll talk about how that all works together. And then on January 25th, it will be our Elusum Lip and Lash Show, just in time for Valentine's Day. So you'll want to make sure that you share the links to those shows that you're the most interested in, and stay tuned because we might have some special deals coming up. You'll check out the Elusum Lip and Lash. I'm going to give a little tease that we might have a really incredible deal on that coming up. So mark your calendars. Now, I can't believe, the year has just started off, but guys, we are getting ready to head to Puerto Vallarta. The trip is the end of May, first part of June, and I want every single one of you to be a part of that trip. So we have asked Cameron Bott to teach a special training. This is this Thursday. It's in our leadership group, our Facebook group. We love doing our lives in our Facebook group to keep it super interactive. Cam's going to be going through all the different ways that you can qualify, ways that you can earn NBRs if you want to choose to use NBRs for this trip, ways that you can qualify by ranking up. So stay tuned. Once again, we've got a lot going on, so make sure you put this in your calendar. January 12th, that's this Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time in our leadership group, and it will be a Facebook Live. Okay, get ready to take some screenshots. We want to do a big celebration for our Catalyst Club qualifiers. This is our most updated list. So if you happen to see your name and it hasn't rolled up yet to VIP 2 or 3, or maybe there's a name that's missing, please email myself or Alondra and let us know so that we can get that updated. But I'm going to just hold it here for just a minute so that you can take a moment to do a screenshot to share with your teams. We'll post this on social media tomorrow. VIP 1, this is incredible. This is a lot of work. This represents a lot of brand new brand partners that are here to help us launch as we are able to announce our new name, a new company, a new vision. And we are excited to have as many people as we can along with us for the ride. So for all of you that are working towards your VIP Catalyst Club, we see you, and we just want to thank you for all of the hard work. So continuing on, you can see, look at all of the VIP 1s. Many of these VIP 1s are close to getting their VIP 2s. And let's take a look at our VIP 2s. Once again, there are some amazing prizes. This is different than any other promotion that we've done before, because this is a lifetime qualification. You'll receive, I believe we're doing pins. You'll receive a VIP Catalyst pin that will give you special access at events, swag. We're going to be doing a special recognition call. We really want to celebrate all of the catalysts. It's those of you that are working hard, that pioneer the way to make a change. And we couldn't be happier to work alongside you. Continuing on with more VIP 2s. I'll just hold it there for a second so you can get screenshots. And let's take a look at the VIP 3s. This is incredible. What an incredible list that this represents. A lot of hard work. And like I said before, a lot of new brand partners. So hopefully you got some screenshots of that. The list continues with VIP 3. I'm going to hold it there for just a minute. Congratulations to everyone that has been working so hard toward that. Okay, so tonight I invited a special guest to share her transformation with us. And I love following Diane Odom. She has a great Facebook page. She's super inspirational. She is an RN. She is someone that gives health and nutrition advice, helps others become the best that they can be. And I thought with the Slenderize Challenge and with all of her expertise, it might be kind of fun just to kind of ask her what her favorite products are and why. So Diane, how are you doing tonight?
Get everything off of here.
Hey,
I
how are you
am doing
doing?
well. Hi, Kristine. How are you?
I'm not as good as you with that, with the fabulous palm trees in the back.
Well, the weather is great. It's okay here. It was like 70 today, so it's all right. Well, thank you for having me on, Kristine. I am so happy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But you told everybody, yes, I am an RN, but I just want to let everybody know I am 71 years young. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 6, and I'm a grandma of 11. And yes, I worked in a busy, stressful level 3 NICU, taking care of critically ill infants. And I worked 16 to 18-hour shifts. And I used to skip meals. I pick up sweets, and carbs on the run. Sometimes I really didn't even drink all my water for the shift. It was all processed foods, which led me into a downward spiral. I was overweight, hypertensive, fatigued, stressed, and that led me having a mild stroke at work. So I decided to retire early. And then I was introduced to this program, and I used the clinical pack and followed the Slenderize booklet and my doctor's orders. But 3 months later, most of my health issues resolved, but I noticed I was talking, and you may notice too that I'm talking a little bit slow to keep me from stuttering, because that was one of the residuals from my stroke. But praise God, I'm off all my medications. And as a byproduct, I lost 25 pounds, 13 inches, 8% body fat. My dress, I went down from a 14 to an 8.
Wow.
And that was good. And I was able to maintain it fairly well for like 3 years, but life happened. Last year, I had 2 losses. I lost some very special people within 6 months, and eating all the holiday food, my weight just crept back up on me. But I'm excited to start this challenge again, because now I have the most powerful tools that I've ever had. And it's these magic drops right here. And the catalog that I use, I've used it to the T. But I'm really excited because now, it's the drops that really I just love, because it's convenient. They're small. I can take them with me everywhere I go, and I do. And, it's just so powerful. It's these homeopathic drops. They help to curb my appetite. It burns the visceral fat, which I'm trying to do, and it resets my metabolism to a new lower weight. So right now, I'm just so excited. My current health goal is to lose 15 pounds and 5% body fat and get back into the best shape ever. And I'm so excited, Kristine, to share this with everybody. And I really thank you for having me on. It was such a surprise to me.
Diane,
Thank you
thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
so much. I see your smiling face every week. And like I mentioned, I follow you on Facebook and I just think you are such an inspiration. And I love
Thank
that,
you.
one of the messages that you've shared is that it doesn't matter what age you are. It is never too late to set goals and to work toward those. And I love
Exactly.
that.
Anybody can do this, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I love all the products, but like I says, the drops are my special ones. They're the magic drops, and I take them everywhere and I just love it. So thank you.
Thank
for
you, Diane.
sharing it.
Thanks so much for being on tonight. I really
You're
appreciate
so
it.
welcome. Thank you.
All right. You're getting lots of love in the chat as well.
Thank everybody.
Okay, so up next, I am so excited to introduce our main speaker for tonight. This is someone that I look to for fitness, nutrition advice. She is an expert in all things fitness, all things nutrition, and I think that she is an expert in all things inspiration and motivation as well. And I want to just introduce Deana Brownlow. She is a member of our Wellness Council. And I wanted Deana to come on tonight and to just share maybe some tips, because I'm sure, Deana, I'm sure that at the first of the year, your client list fills up. And then maybe as the year goes on, it starts to shrink a little bit. So I would love to get some tips and tricks on how to stay motivated.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks, Kristine, for having me on. I love this. Like, this is just my passion, and stuff that I've learned, I love to share with you guys. So I hope that from our conversation, and if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat for me. All right. And Kristine, if you'll just kind of monitor that and let me know. But one of my goals is that whether you're someone here as a builder, or you're someone who's just kind of come around the campfire, you're someone who started taking the products, fell in love with them, and you want to know more about, what this health journey is on, and if you're on your own. So I'm hoping to give you guys tips as someone who's actually using the products, and then maybe someone who has some customers and some clients, family and friends who are actually taking the products. So that's kind of how I wanted to approach tonight. But so just a little bit about me, if you are not familiar with who I am. I've actually been with this company for about, I think it's like 9 years. I stopped counting just because I feel like everybody's old friends and family here, but been around for quite a while. And I was immediately drawn to the product, really Slenderize. MagnaCal caught my attention first, but that was a personal reason. And then Slenderize caught my attention because it was personal, because it was for my mom. And my mom at the time was 76, and she just couldn't lose weight. Osteoarthritis, osteopenia in her back, chronic issues, joint, just gut issues, you name it. She wasn't terribly overweight, but she was frustrated, and I could start to hear depression in her voice when we would talk on the phone, and things that she would normally be excited about doing, she didn't want to do anymore, like go shopping for like an upcoming wedding for maybe a grandchild or a niece or nephew. And so overheard another trainer and Jane Bolin actually at the time talking about these drops, and just they described them, and I wanted the benefit. I really didn't care what was in them, but I wanted the benefit, and the benefit for her. And I thought, well, and I'm a personal trainer, so I was training at the time, and I really wasn't looking for me or my clients, but I thought if those could help her, then maybe there's something to it. Fast forward 3 months, she lost 25 pounds, and she kept all that weight off. It healed some of her gut issues, relieved some of that pressure on her back, and so she was one of my biggest fans and customers. So that's just one of my ways that I got introduced. And I thought, if it could help someone who's 76 at the time, who couldn't exercise, lose 25 pounds so she could feel better, then who couldn't it help, right? So that's just kind of where I started. So I'm certified in personal training, and I'm certified in nutrition coaching. I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist, but I have the knowledge base to help people who want to improve their nutrition for goals and results. Okay, so that means that I can help them identify, all right, what is their goal and how are we going to get there? And so we can use food. I'm a food first type of trainer. So what I loved about the Slenderize program, and you should too, is that this is not you just eating a bunch of fake food. This isn't, even if you're using the Pure Nourish and Power Boost and Beauty Boost with a couple of servings of greens, which is how I love it. But even if you're using that as a meal replacement, we never want to replace real food. And so you have that really great food guide, right? That's given to us. So many times there's programs that are out there that really just want to sprinkle magic dust on something and say it works. And what we're doing here and what I'm really passionate about is teaching people how to eat real food, get the weight off using the drops. The homeopathy and herbal remedies that are in there will help people cut the cravings, cut the sugar carb craving cord that's going on, just kind of reset their metabolism a little bit and kind of reset their taste buds. And what I like about that is that this is something that can be sustainable for the rest of your life if you choose it. Okay. Now, as soon as you go back to eating that old junk that you ate before, get you in this condition before you took the weight off, it will come back on. But these are really great tools in your toolbox. And that's how I've always approached the full line of products and supplements and things that we have here, is that we have a lot of different tools that can help people. And so I just become kind of that person that just says, okay, share with me what you got going on. So if someone says, well, I'm so busy, like our testimony earlier, if you're so busy, you're just grabbing snacks and sweet sugary things and protein bars, or you still think that a granola bar is healthy, then what I'm going to challenge you to do is substitute that with something like the Pure Nourish line, because you're going to get digestive enzymes, you're going to get pre and probiotics, you're going to get all the nutrients. So it is a real replacement instead of just a protein powder. So that's one of the reasons I love that. And again, it becomes a great program for you to help someone start to build healthier habits. And that's what this is really about. Okay. So I'm going to let me talk about like finding motivation. Okay. So if you want to make notes, I would encourage that you do, because this is something, if you have some clients who are actually on the Slenderize challenge with you, whether you're doing it with you alone or with a friend, these are some things that should be able to help you. And here's the thing, if you have people that you have brought along and they're doing the challenge, it's our job to check in with them. Okay. Don't assume that you sold it and they're all signed up and they're in it and they're following it, because for the most part, most people forget to take this. Do you know why? Because it's a new routine for them. So we need to give them helpful tips on how to do it. So if you have a customer who started on or you call them a week later, which you should, and say, hey, how are those drops going? How are you doing on the plan? Then you're going to find out, well, I keep forgetting to take them. One of my biggest suggestions that I say is, one, put them out. They need to be out so people can see them. So they're reminded. In the kitchen is usually where I would recommend having them. But then I would also say, take these and put a timer on your phone around the time that they're going to have that meal. Does not have to be exact, because oftentimes we don't always eat at noon every single day, right? Life is busy. Most of us are not even having a regular lunch anymore. So just put it, but if you have that timer go off at noon, you're going to see it. It's going to remind you. And so that reminder is closer to the time when you're going to eat than breakfast was, if you will. So that would be one of my tips. But check in with your people on a routine basis. Ask them just some basic questions and ask, how's it going? Don't say, don't look for answers that are yes or no. Look for them to give you a bigger story, like help them understand, like help them identify where they were starting, that this is a journey they're on and where they want to go. So I'm going to cover just a couple things. Where they start, what's the why? So I love that that is the question that's going to be asked in the group that you need to answer. It's like, find your why. What is your why? And usually the why is a pain point. People do things for two reasons, pain or pleasure. So pain, you're miserable, you don't feel good, your back hurts, your stomach's a mess, you got headaches, your skin looks terrible, your clothes don't fit, scale, blah, 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 right? Or you may have a pleasure. So the pleasure might be that you're going on a vacation in 3 months, maybe 2 months, right? It may be that there is a life event happening. If there's an anniversary or there's a high school reunion and you want to look hotter than everybody else, then you should definitely do the drops. But ask yourself, what's the why? Ask your customers to what their why is and write it down. Right? Really, really important to write it down, because what we want to do is we want to mark where we start. Because that's important. You just start where you start, and that's today or yesterday or whenever. Okay. So we want to record that. Then what we want to do is we want to help them visualize the change that they're looking for. Okay. So many times we start on a journey and we really don't believe that the outcome is possible. Do you guys know that? Very, very common. People set goals because it sounds good here, but they really don't believe they're actually going to achieve it. One of the easiest ways is to visualize yourself achieving that goal. And what that does is that tricks your brain into believing that it's possible. Overcome the fears, you overcome the doubt, and it really just tricks the brain. So you sit here and you just sit and think about, how great is it going to feel when you hit your goal? What I like to have clients do is I say, okay, put yourself in that room. It's the last time you're going to step on the scale on this date. And what does it feel like in the room? Is it dark? Is it morning? Is it night? Is it cold? Do you hear music playing? Do you have clothes on? Do you not have clothes on? How do you feel? And then when you look down and you see that number, and it's the number we've assigned, then I say, okay, how does that feel? And I want you to really, really feel that, because that's the thing that makes all the difference. That it's almost like a time warp. It takes you from here to there in a nanosecond. And then once you've done that a couple times, your brain is just over time going to figure out how to get you here. So it's going to keep you successful. Okay. It's going to help keep you on goals because you believe it. One of the things I want you to do is help your people and yourself understand that there's no quick fixes, right? There's no quick overnight success. We want them to be in it for the long haul because we want to help them make a lifestyle change. We're not helping them just take off weight right now. We want to help them impact their life going forward. Okay. And so this is a journey we're on. It's not a sprint. We're not going to cross some magic finish line and then go back. Okay. So what I like to help clients understand is that we're just, instead of setting a goal for 50 pounds, if that's what you have to lose, all we're doing is walking to the first 10. Just get to the first 10, right? And that seems doable, right? And so think about if you were someone who runs a marathon or you're driving somewhere and there's those mile markers on the road, right? That first 10 pounds, that's our first mile marker. But guess what? We just keep going forward. We don't stop. You can celebrate that little win if you need to, but it just keeps moving you forward. So you got to help them set those realistic goals. Yes, 50 pounds might be the ultimate. That might be what the doctor said. That might be what they would feel better at. Their BMI is better. They're not obese or overweight at that point, but help them take manageable steps. Because here's the thing, people who change everything all at once are going to be the first people who quit. It's too much. You can be gung-ho for only so long and you get tired and you get bored. And so your subconscious will take over. I got a whole conversation about that, but I'll leave that one there. Help them set feasible goals in the gym, right? If you're working with someone who doesn't like to go to the gym, there's a lot of people who don't like the gym. Okay, walking. Do they have stairs in their home? They can walk upstairs. They can walk downstairs. There's ways to get in physical activity. We just live in a very inactive time in history. And so it's like we're all sitting on Zooms, right? We should all be standing up, I think. But so really, seriously, help your people be more active. It will help with the challenge. All right. Let's see, a couple more things. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Okay. So 1% better is always going to get you to your goal. 1% worse will always take you from your goal. So 1% better, right? So if today you drank 6 cups of water, but you were really aiming for 7, well, tomorrow we're going to aim for 6.5. Okay. So help people identify, because here's the thing, perfection is a form of procrastination. We're waiting for Monday. Monday, I'm going to start. We're going to wait for the new year. Nope. We're going to wait till after Super Bowl because, there's all those parties, and then there's Valentine's Day, and then there's Easter, and then there's spring break. And then I can keep going because almost every month has a holiday. So we're always waiting to be perfect. I'm going to wait until I can get enough money to join the gym. It really is going to just stall progress. And here's a great equation that might help you or your clients if they're stalled or stuck, is that many times we think we need motivation to get started, right? The problem is we think we need motivation, and then we're going to take action, and then we're going to see results. But the equation is wrong. I want you to flip some of these. Instead, I want you to understand that it takes one small step. You have to start motion. You have to take action to start seeing results. Okay? No action, no results. So take a little action, just something. See results. Aha, now we're motivated, and we'll do it again. So motivation, waiting for motivation may or may not ever come. So just decide that you're going to take action. Help your clients decide they're just going to take action. Identify what that is. What step can they take? Ask them to name it, right? Helping your people have a plan. So some people are really great at tracking every number. They live by that data. They like that. Other people are like, if you tell me to track, as soon as you say the word diet, all I think about is the food I can't eat. And then they obsess about it. So know your people, ask them, do you want to track or do you not want to track? I think it's important that people know what they're consuming during the day, because we all lie to ourselves, and helping them figure out what works for them to track. I've had people track the day before so they can plan, and then they say, oh, well, I can't have that because I didn't put it in. It's already planned, right? Or there's other people that are like, nope, at the end of the day, I want to just sit there and reflect and write down what I did. It doesn't matter, but I do think it's important to get some baselines. They don't have to do it all the time, but that's what I would recommend, because then they know what they're eating. They know how often. And by the way, I'm a big believer in eating 3 times a day and no snacking, but that's my belief. So, and then just look beyond the number on the scale. And I'm going to give you guys something there's different ways to measure, right? Scale, pictures. Reason pictures are important is because you can see visual changes in a picture when you can't see it looking at yourself. I want you also to look at assess how that you feel, or have your clients assess how they feel. And that's where this is that beginning, middle, and end, right? At the end, it's important in the beginning to ask, where is the pain? Where are you starting from? Because at the end, we want to reflect and we want to look back and see the change. So you want to look beyond the scale. How do you feel? Do you have more energy? Do you sleep better? Right? Can you get up off the floor? That's a big one. Do your knees not hurt? Do your hips not hurt? Right? Are your migraines gone? All that stuff that is, do you have better complexion? And so the other thing, this is the fun one that I would recommend you do, is I love, and I have this in my coaching program, where there is a tight clothing. So I always tell women, I coach women over 50, just so you know. So I tell women, I want you to go in your closet and I want you to pick an article of clothing, and I'm going to tell you have to put it on and wear it. And you would tell me, oh, HE double hockey sticks. No, I'm not wearing that anywhere, because in 3 months, they're going to put it on. and it's gonna fit better. But here's what I like to have them do. Every month, they put that article of clothing on, because when you live in this body, you don't feel the changes that are actually taking place. But tight clothing that becomes looser, they're not popping here. You can put the clothing on. You don't have the muffin tin pulling out over the pant. All that stuff is another way to measure success, because here's the thing about slenderized. This is what I've noticed in my time of working with the product. Women, the scale does not move as quickly as it does for men. Men, it tends to drop. There is a catch-up point, but women, your scale weight is not going to go as fast as men. And this is just kind of all the way, the unfair way it is. And then, but ladies are going to feel that slimming through the belly region. And I'm sure most of us would agree that that's a way better feeling than that number on the scale. So women, when you notice that, that's the thing that they may not be paying attention to, but when you put tight clothing on, that's when you're going to notice it. Now, it does kind of catch up over time, but that's in my experience, that's what I see. And women love it. So, okay, that's a lot. Any questions? Yeah, the comment about the visceral fat, I love that. That's one of the things that I love about the drops, is they help target that area. Yep. Yep. And who doesn't need more B12 in their diet today? That's what I love about Accelerate. Great form of that. No? Oh, okay. You're muted, Kristine.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to mime to you.
I know. I'm laughing because don't. It's always the host saying you're muted. You're muted, but I get to say it to you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was like, for whatever reason, I couldn't unmute myself, so I'm like trying to mime to you.
I know.
Thank
I'll
you
get
for taking over. Oh my goodness, there were so many nuggets in that, Deana. I started keeping track mentally, and I'm so grateful for people in the chat because they were jotting. I mean, there were nuggets from the beginning all the way to the end. One of the things that you said was, remind me again, it was perfection is a form of procrastination. And when you said that, oh my gosh, you were speaking to me. That is so true.
Yep. Yep.
When you're a perfectionist, you wait for everything to be just right. When you're going on vacations, the calendar, the day of the week, have I gone to the grocery store? Have I gotten all of the things that I need?
Right.
I thought that was brilliant. And I also loved that you mentioned making sure that, you're following up with people. If you've invited them to this Slenderized challenge, to be there as a support and to check in and how are you doing? Because I think for me, when I got really serious about getting healthy, it was having myself be surrounded like people like yourself that I could just ask questions and feel supported. So I loved those two things. And I know people are dropping more nuggets in the chat. It's so fun to see what other people kind of pick up on as you were talking. Let me just open my chat real quick because I want to see if there is. I mean, so many just great questions. The other tip that I really loved was picking out an article of clothing that is a little tight. Because I think, and maybe you can agree with this, you're the expert, we don't all lose weight the same. I mean, I can lose 20 pounds and maybe go down a size, but if anything, maybe my clothes just fit better. Whereas someone else can go down 20 pounds and go down 2 or 3 sizes. Right. And so, but I love when you were talking about just having, almost like an article of clothing that is kind of your accountability, that when you put it on, you might not be able to see it in the mirror, but you can feel it. For those of you that are watching, I would love for you to maybe just drop in the chat, what was a golden nugget that you heard that especially was poignant for you? there are just so many things. And Deana, thank you so much for joining us. This was so valuable. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip just this portion and I'm going to put it in our Healthier You group, because I think that this is something that everyone can use, not only to help themselves, but as they are coaching or helping others as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing is like, just, just remember, if it's your journey or someone else, it really is key that if you brought someone into the challenge, I really cannot stress enough, don't just sell the product and never check in with them, right? I kind of did that in the beginning, just so you know. But we are in the business of long-term relationships. And this is one of the best. When you walk with someone on a journey like this and you have a hand in changing their health, changing their life, they will always remember you. They will always remember that. And so you don't want to just sell them something and never check it. Things that we think are, well, yeah, you just have that Slenderized book. What do you mean you don't know what to eat? Right? Help them out. Help them find recipes. Help them come out. If they have a snacking problem, Google how to stop snacking. I mean, there's tips and strategies out there. They won't even know you Googled it. So just Google it and help them out, or have some accountability groups. You guys start some Facebook groups, do some fun stuff like that, but it is your duty. If you sold somebody some drops, even if they're not in the challenge, it's your duty, whatever they buy from you, to follow up.
I think that is such great advice. And I wanted to just recap, as people are putting different nuggets that they picked up on, one that is being repeated over and over again was your advice about motivation. And this is something that I'm starting to learn myself, that if you wait to get motivated or you rely on motivation, there are days that you wake up at 5 a.m. that you are not going to be motivated to go to the gym. And so I loved how you articulated that, to move motivation from the beginning of the equation to the end, because as you get those wins, as you do the actions and you get those small wins, I find that's when I'm the most motivated, is when I'm seeing the results. Right.
And you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, this is going to take a long time, right? On anything you do needs consistency. And I like to say, take messy action. Just take messy action. Don't, whatever you do is going to get you closer by just taking and doing something. Even if it's, in a health journey, even if it's just getting your water in. Take a 15-minute walk in the morning and a 15-minute walk at night. That's it, right? Start where you start and move forward. Again, remember, it's like, you're on a highway and you're just passing these mile markers, and the journey never ends. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's our choice. It's our choice. We all act like we're victims so many times, but we're not. It's our schedule, right? It's our money and it's our time. You get to spend it somewhere in there, even if you have a job or you've got kids and family and all that stuff. I understand. But at the end of the day and in the beginning of the morning is you. It's yours. That's yours. You get control of that. And if you give your power away, you give it away.
Deana, thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of those amazing tips. I can't wait to have you back, because this, I could listen to you all day long, because I love that you give practical, long-term advice. So thank you so much for being on our call tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
everybody.
Oh my goodness. Everybody say, when will this be posted? So as always, we post our Monday calls in our New Age leadership group. But I am actually going to cut this portion out as well and post it in our Healthier You group, because like I said, I just think there's such a wealth of knowledge there for anybody that is participating in the Slenderize Challenge. So we will try to get that done by tomorrow. Once again, thank you, Diane. Thanks, Deana. Thanks everybody that was on the call. Now let's get to our recognition. I want to remind everyone that this is the final week of 2022 that we'll be recognizing. And then we are going to be moving to a once a month recognition call that Martine and I, we're going to team up both Canada and US. We're going to do one big recognition call. But I do want to go through and recognize all of the power ranking, or all of the rank advancements for 2022. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we will end with this. All right, let's start out with our team lead. This is a lifetime earning of 100 USD. We have Adrian Schock, Cynthia Whitenberg, Julie Sanders, Kasha Allison, Lisa Depemphilis, and Sean Tho. And for Canada, we have Jessie Gane Deschamps, Joni Galinas, and Natalie Primo. Congratulations to both our US and Canada brand partners. And for our senior team lead, this is the lifetime earning of 200 USD. For US, we have Crystal Thompson, Dorothy Bennett, Hung Ho, Maria Archuleta, and Mike Robinette from the US. And for Canada, we have Anne Riopel, Julie Provost, Miriam Budhan, and Pablo Cabon. So congratulations. And for our newest supervisors, this is a lifetime earning of 400 USD. We have for US, Craig Ivy. Congratulations. And for Canada, we have Muriel Blanchette and Joaquin Ma. Congratulations to our supervisors. Now, for our senior supervisors, this is a lifetime earning of 600 USD. This is a senior supervisor, Anne E. Simon, Carolyn Turner, Gloria Rapson, Cheryl Brown, and Shirley Troutman. Congratulations to our US senior supervisors. And senior manager, this is a lifetime earning of 900 USD. From the US, we have Bobby and Benita Austin. Congratulations. For director, this is a lifetime earning of 1,000 USD. From the US, senior director, Susan Cox. Congratulations. Moving on to vice president. This is a 3,000 Payline volume. You are rocking and rolling. From the US, we have Connie Pointer. Congratulations, Connie, on being your new rank of vice president. For officer, this is a Payline volume of 6,667. We have for the US, Jessica Angadebrada. Hopefully we got that close. Jessica, congratulations. All right, everybody, that is our call for this Monday night. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being just so engaging in the chat. This is meant to be interactive and to share ideas. Thank you to Diane. Thank you to Deana. Once again, we will try to have these posted by end of day tomorrow. And I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you and appreciate you being here. And we will see you next week. Thanks, everybody.